Hello, my name is Masha, and today I want to show you the bracelets that I made in August, as well as look at your submissions for the August challenge and announce the challenge for the month of September. Before I get into all of that, I have a quick announcement that I really want to make. You might have seen me tease this already, but emotes are coming to the Discord server. We now have custom emotes for the Discord server that are already live on the server right now. There are 10 emotes for everybody to use, and I'm super excited to see you guys using them. And there are also 5 extra emotes specifically for patrons. I love how they turned out, and I cannot wait to see you guys use them. I will link the person that I commissioned these from in the description in case you also want to make some emotes for yourself. They were lovely, they did them very quickly, and they're super beautiful, and I'm so excited for you guys to use them. If you're not already on the Discord server, you should definitely join. The link to that is in the description. My Discord server is for bracelet makers, knotters, and any other kind of crafty person who feels like joining. We have a bunch of different channels there, specifically dedicated to bracelets and to help you find patterns and to get help with your questions and to just show off your cool bracelets and patterns. But then also we have different other sections just for chatting about whatever you like. We've got like fandom chats, study chats, anything you feel like talking about, you can find a place to talk about it there. And I would love to see you on the Discord server, so feel free to join if you haven't already and use the lovely emotes that we have now. I'm super excited about this. Alright, let's have a look at your guys' submissions from last month's challenge. Last month I gave you a specific pattern to do, which was this shaped rainbow alpha bracelet that I have a tutorial on. If you want to watch that tutorial, I'll have that linked in the description. But you guys created so many cute designs. I love that you guys used a bunch of different colors as well. A lot of people chose the rainbow like I did, but a lot of people also came up with their own cool color combinations. And I love how all of these turned out. I think they're very gorgeous. And I'm really happy that you guys participated this month. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't participate this month because I already have made a bracelet like this, but I was very happy to see your guys' submissions, and thank you. Thank you for participating. I hope you had a good time. And then also I wanted to talk about my Patreon not along. I started a new monthly thing on Patreon this August. I'm going to be doing monthly mystery bracelet not-alongs over on my Patreon Discord. This is by no means an original idea. People have been doing this for forever, but I thought it was about time for me to jump on the trend and also do a mystery bracelet not-along. If you don't know what that is, it's basically where I choose a pattern, but I don't tell you or show you what that pattern is, and instead I, week by week, give you pieces of that pattern for us to all make together at the same time, hence the not-along portion of the name. And then by the end, when I release the full pattern, you guys have like a week or however long is left until the end of the month to complete the bracelet, and we all have bracelets that are the same pattern but different color combinations. I thought it was a really cool and fun idea, and so we're doing this now over on my Patreon Discord in addition to the regular challenges that everyone can participate in. And here are some of the bracelets that my patrons made. It was my first time doing this Patreon not along, and I had a lot of fun with it. I hope you guys did too, those of you who participated. If you want to make this pattern, I'll leave that pattern linked in the description for you. And of course, I also participated in this. I have a bracelet made with this pattern as well. I will show you that in just a second. There will of course be another mystery Patreon not along for the month of September. If you want to participate in that, the link to my Patreon is in the description. You just have to join the Discord server through Patreon. It links you itself. Alright, now all of that being said, let's have a look at the bracelets that I actually made this month. So I am on a mission to make more bracelets now that I have a full-time job that I go to in the office. I don't have as much time to make bracelets as I did when I was just doing YouTube, or even as I did when I was doing YouTube and university, because university required much less time than an office job does. You might have noticed that I actually missed a couple of wrap-ups. I don't remember the month that I did, but I haven't been making enough bracelets to make wrap-up videos. Last month I'd made 4, and that was pretty good for me. That's like a bracelet a week. But this month I have 5, which is already an improvement, but moreover, 2 of these are actually really big. We've got like a pretty thick normal pattern and then a pretty thick alpha pattern. So I'm very pleased with the amount I made this month, despite the fact that it's only 5. And if you look back on my older wrap-ups, there was something like 10, 13, 20 bracelets in a wrap-up, and I'm just like, sad that I can't do that now, but I'm still very happy with myself, and I'm so happy that I can still keep doing my favorite hobby. So I only made these this month and I already don't remember the chronological order of any of this. Let's start with this one. So this bracelet I actually made for a video that isn't out yet. It's gonna be coming out in the month of September at some point, but I ordered a bunch of string from AliExpress based on one of you guys' suggestions. You've been asking me to do that video for a while, to like review string from AliExpress. So I did that and I made this bracelet out of string that I ordered there, which is the multicolored string, as a test to see what the string is like. And you will hear my complete thoughts in that video, but basically I do think that it's decent, at least this specific string, but that's the purpose of why I made this bracelet. Specifically, I wanted to test out the multicolored string, which is in the center here. And this is what the bracelet looks like. I have already made this pattern before, and I do quite like the pattern. I think the pattern looks really, really cute, although I do regret making it again because I forgot that the edges, I don't know why, it's very difficult for me to keep the edges straight on this specific pattern, and I noticed that last time I made it, but then somehow I forgot that, so I made it again. But I do really like it. I think it turned out cute, and I quite like the color combination. I think I struggled a little bit trying to find colors that fit well with the multicolored here, but I like how it turned out. I also, when making this bracelet, realized that I haven't been making teardrop loops in forever. I don't know why. I guess I have a preference now for making a loop and then two triangle ends coming off of that, and I haven't made an actual teardrop loop in ages. So this was fun to sort of make it again. I don't remember the last time I did this, but it was a fun experience and I like that I did that. Also, I streamed this. I've been streaming much less nowadays because of my job and time constraints, but I did stream making this bracelet. It's on my Masha streams channel if you want to see the replay of that. I actually had a really, really fun stream, and I've been trying to make time to do more streams, so hopefully there will be more streams at some point. It's just very difficult right now. Anyway, that was bracelet number 1. Let's continue. Bracelet number 2, this one. This bracelet was actually also made with the same purpose as that one. This bracelet had string that I ordered from AliExpress that I wanted to test out to see what it was like. All of the string used in this bracelet is actually string that I ordered from AliExpress. And again, you'll hear my final thoughts and everything in that video. But I can say that I did like it. There are some differences, but I did like it. And this bracelet is also a bracelet that I did a video on specifically regarding imitating multicolored strings. So as you can see, it looks like the inside of the bracelet, the stuff that's within the borders, looks like it's a multicolored string. Well, kind of. It kind of mimics the effect of multicolored string because there's multiple colors within a design that is usually a single color. But obviously these are single colored strings. There's just lots of them. So yeah, that video basically goes into different types of special strings like multicolored, sparkly, metallic, all of that, how to use them, and then also how to imitate them. And if you will notice as well, I did make a loop here, but there is only one string per color for a lot of the strings, so I also explain how I did that in that video. If you want to watch it, that will be linked in the card and in the description. But yeah, this is one of the chunkier bracelets that I did this month. This one is pretty big. It's a big boy, but I am very happy with how it turned out. I think it is very summery. I like the color combination. I like that it's so bright and it just kind of pops, but it is huge and it took me forever to make. Oh, also, didn't I do a Not With Me? Did I do 3 videos based on this one bracelet? I did. That's efficiency. Look at that. I actually forgot that I did that. But yeah, there is also a Not With Me for this bracelet, so you can watch the entire process. It took forever, but I like how it turned out. I think it's really pretty. All right, next up, we've got this bracelet. No videos attached to this one, I promise. It's just a bracelet that I made, and I thought it was cute. And I haven't made an alpha in forever. And I'm glad that I did. I've missed it so much. I think it's super, super cute. I used a beautiful multicolored string here, and I think the colors of it sort of imitate the ocean, and I think that's really cool. I've been actually wanting to make this pattern for forever. I've had this little jellyfish in my to-dos for a really, really long time, and I finally got around to making it. I don't know what was stopping me, to be honest, but I think it looks super cute, and I'm so glad I made it. I actually miscounted the strings, the base strings, when I was making this bracelet, and I honestly do not know how, because I vividly remember that I counted the base strings 3 times before I started making the bracelet, and then somehow once I got to here I realized that I have 1 string extra, so I had to go in and modify the pattern and basically like make it wider by 1. That was a pain, but I managed to do that. So the middle leg thing is slightly off center when it's supposed to be exactly on center, but whatever, we're gonna ignore that. This is what it looks like up close. I love it. I love the multicolored string. I love the pattern. I love the colors that I chose for the jellyfish itself. Also, I really love jellyfish. Jellyfish are so cool. And then this is the back and what the back looks like. I did cut the strings in the middle. I probably should have used 2 separate strings for the background there, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I've been recording for like 20 minutes. I should spend much less time talking about these bracelets than I am. I'll speed up a little bit. I've only got 2 left, but still. Next up, we've got this bracelet. Not a lot of comments on this one. I just really wanted to test out this new multicolored string that I got. I got this multicolored string on my last trip to Russia, and you can actually see it in the haul video that I did. I did a string haul video when I came back from Russia with all of the string that I bought while I was there, and this was one of them. This was a new string that I tried. I've never tried this type of yarn before, and I must say I like it. I'll leave the whole video in the description, by the way, if you want to watch all the strings that I bought while I was in Russia. I like the yarn. I like the way that it feels while I'm knotting. I like the fact that it creates similar sized knots to embroidery floss knots. So I pretty much like everything about it. The only thing that I don't like is the colors that I chose here. I don't like the white. I think it blends in with the white. Let me show you closely. I feel like the purple and the pink and everything, well, the purple less so because it stands out pretty vividly, but in general I feel like the multicolored string really blends in with the white. I wish that I had chosen a different color, maybe something more contrasting, or perhaps black or something, or maybe I should have chosen a different pattern with like an outline. This is why I like using multicolored strings within outlines, because then it can stand out properly. I feel like it blends in a little bit too much in this specific pattern, but overall I still very much like how it turned out, and I'm glad that I did it. And I've also been wanting to make this pattern for forever, so I'm glad that I did that too. So overall, I am very happy with the pattern, the bracelet, and the string itself, and I'm glad that I made this one. I think it's really cute. Did I mention that all the patterns are linked in the description if you want to make them? I feel like I don't have to mention it nowadays anymore because I mentioned that in every single video, but who knows, maybe this is the first video you've ever stumbled upon of mine. Patterns are always linked in the description, if you're wondering. All right, last but not least, we have the bracelet that I did for the mystery bracelet knot along with my patrons, and it's this bracelet. I chose an interesting color combination. I don't usually go for color combinations like this. The reason I went for this color combination was specifically because I wanted to use string that I got while I was in Russia. Again, referring to that last haul that I did. I bought multicolored string. Actually, this multicolored string, the red one, is of the same brand and variety that this pink one was, but obviously it's a different color. So I wanted to try that out, and then also the black sparkly string that you see here is also a string that I bought during that trip, and it's also a string, a yarn that I've never tried before, and I wanted to try it, and I must say I am very pleased with it. I really like how it turned out. It wasn't a pain to knot with, which was my concern. I was concerned that it would be a pain to knot with. There was one string near the very end, because there was a bunch of these black strings here, but there was one string at the very end that the filament, the metallic sort of filament that goes around it, snapped off, making it not sparkly anymore, so I had to go ahead and replace that string near the back, but it was just one string, and that was mainly due to the fact of me pulling a little bit too hard on it. That was my error probably, but overall it did knot quite well. I didn't have any issues. It wasn't slippery. I'm very pleased with it, is what I'm trying to say. I was nervous at the beginning when we were doing the knot along, because obviously we did it in sections because of the mystery element of it. I knew the pattern going into it, but I also wanted to do it in sections with my patrons so that we knotted together. So the first section was, I think, this big, and then during that stage I thought that the colors that I chose didn't really work well together. I thought that the black sparkly string would be a little bit too overwhelming, that it would be a bit too bright, but I do like how it turned out in the end. Let me give you a closer look. So this is what it looks like up close, and I must say I really, really do like how it turned out. I think it's super pretty. I love the pattern. I love the sparkly and the multicolored strings, and I think it turned out also really, really well. So there we have it, the 5 bracelets that I made this month. That one fell over. Let's try that again. The 5 bracelets. I can't get this one to look right now. There we go, the 5 bracelets that I made this month. I'm really pleased, as I said, with all of the bracelets. I'm so glad that I was able to actually make a few bracelets this month. I'm very happy with myself in general. I think they're really, really cute, and I love how they turned out. Let's talk about the September challenge. All right, so September is here. Autumn is here. Well, it will be here tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this. If you've been around for a while, you will notice that in the first month of the season, the challenge that I usually give is seasonal. So for the first month of September, the challenge that I want to give you is anything to do with autumn or fall, if you're American, or whatever you call it. Anything to do with the season. I don't know, I have a strong love for seasonal patterns, whatever season they may be. I really, really enjoy seasonal patterns, but I specifically think that autumnal seasonal patterns are the coolest. Despite the fact that autumn isn't my favorite season. That will probably be spring. I don't know, there's something about autumnal patterns that I think is really cool. Anyway, my point is that for the month of September, the challenge is anything autumnal. Interpret that however you like. It can be spooky if you want to, despite the fact that it's like a little bit early. It's fine. It can be spooky if you want to. It can be anything to do with like leaves, mushrooms, foresty type stuff. However you want to interpret this. This is a challenge, not a competition, so the rules are very loose. It's more about you having fun and enjoying yourself and maybe doing something within our community here. I will also be participating in this challenge. Actually, I already have a pattern picked out, and I've even picked out my colors. I'd actually give you a sneak peek of the colors if you feel like it. These are, hopefully, unless I decide to change my mind because I've just started thinking about it, but these are probably the colors of my seasonal pattern that I'm making. Alphas, normals, special bracelets, whatever you want, just something that is in season. To submit to the challenge, it's the same rules as they always are. You can either submit on the Discord server in the challenge submission tab. The link to my Discord server is in the description. Emotes are now available as well, in case you forgot about that. That's also pretty awesome about the Discord server. So yeah, you can either submit there or you can submit through Instagram, as is the classic way with my challenges. If you want to submit through Instagram, make sure to tag me in the photo, and then also use 2 hashtags. Use hashtag not with Masha and then not with Masha Sep 21. Hopefully the camera angle didn't change too much. My camera just decided to shut off. But yeah, what I was saying is I like people to use 2 hashtags because I like to have the specific one for it to be easier for me to find, but then the general one to just like scroll through and look over all of the stuff that people have made. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I quickly want to mention that we are doing new things on Patreon in addition to the Not Along with the mystery bracelet every month. I'm also running a monthly hangout for my top tier patrons, which is basically like an hour where we all sit down together in a call and we either just talk or not together, or I can answer your questions or whatever. It's just some time that we get to spend together face to face virtually. Basically, it's just like a group call where we get together and do bracelet related stuff together. So if you're interested in that, or the monthly not-alongs, or any other Patreon perks that I've mentioned now or before, the link to my Patreon is in the description. And on that note, I do want to thank my patrons, especially my top supporters, whose names are gonna appear on screen. Thank you so, so much for your support. I truly, truly appreciate it. It makes doing what I do possible. And as I just mentioned, if you also want to become a patron, there is a link in the description where you can sign up. Don't forget about the Discord emotes, which are now live. You can join the Discord server in the description if you haven't already, but if you are in it already, please use the emotes. I really want to see them populate the server. I think they'll be really, really cool to see. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!